Hello, collective. This is Tan for Artemis Oracle doing your reading today. So this is going to be a general collective thing, and I just want to see what comes out. I'm going to start off with this Revealing the Truth Oracle deck, just to see what messages come out, and then we'll clarify with tarot, and I'll play by ear how I'm going to spend the rest of this time on this live stream. So my live streams typically end at 2:55 to 3 p.m. Eastern time during the lunch break, and then I come back again after 5 p.m. for a later time. So let's see. All right. So please read the pinned comment too. If you're here, I'm not answering any questions. No yes or no questions in this live stream. I may do so later today. If I am, I will put that in the title of later's live stream. But I wanted to put some music on right now. Let me lower that. So we're going into the Revealing the Truth. Okay. Hello, Sumi. How are you? Okay, what is the collective? Need to know at this time. When I was with my tarot cards, I was doing a pre-shuffle. I saw the 9 of Cups with the Judgment card and Balance. And then before that, I saw the Hierophant peeking through. So there may be some sort of contract, some sort of something that's going to be making you very happy. It could have to do with a commitment of a job commitment, a contractual commitment, some sort of judgment that is going to make you feel happy. It's going to go in your favor. It's going to make you feel real happy, essentially. So thank you. I'm doing well. Thank you. So with that, with the Hierophant, that's about contract, commitment, higher learning, institutions. With Judgment, that's some sort of decision, final decision coming through that may be closing out a cycle. But Justice, implying that it's something that's fair and balanced. But with the 9 of Cups, it's about something that's going to make you feel very good, feel emotionally fulfilled, somewhat like a wish come true. So that's what we got with the tarot and the pre-shuffle. So the first card that we have is Hug, Comfort, Care, Closeness. This is like the Sun card. So something is being illuminated to you. Let's see. Why is the Hug card here? I'm gonna clarify the Hug card. The Hug card. CCC. Somebody's name can start with the letter C or H. But Comfort, Care, Closeness. So the 3 of Swords. So I don't know if there's something that you needed somebody to comfort you with. You faced some sort of grief or disappointment, sadness, something that may have been painful, or it could just been the types of thoughts that you've been having that have made you feel good, have you in a positive space. But it's like something's gonna be illuminated to you, something that's gonna provide you some sort of relief, comfort. It could be a caring friend, it could be a comforting friend, or maybe some news that's gonna bring a source of comfort to you. Okay, so there was something going on that you weren't aware of, or it could be something that you were worried about with the Devil card coming out. Something that you couldn't see, but it was something that you know or you feared wouldn't go well, and the Devil card is showing up. So Capricorn energy there. So something may have had some sort of fear something wasn't going to turn on your favor. But it's like I said, there may be something coming in, some sort of news that's going to be a source of comfort to you. That's some news that's going to be shed. There's something's going to be, the light is going to be shed on something that's going to be, it's going to allow for you to move on, possibly feel at peace, feel at ease. I don't know if some of you were dealing with a Capricorn. Could be something that started since Capricorn season, and The King of Pentacles came out, and the King of Pentacles is an Earth sign energy. Capricorn is an Earth sign energy. And then underneath that was, oh my gosh, the King and Queen of Pentacles came out. That is interesting. I don't know if this is somebody that's coming towards you that's going to be a source of comfort, or you may be a source of comfort towards somebody. Like I mentioned earlier, I saw the Hierophant card in the pre-shuffle off camera. That was before I got on the live. There could be some sort of, look, I told you about the Judgment card. It just came out. Some sort of decision is being made. Somebody may have been up in their head, maybe overthinking, overanalyzing, maybe afraid to say something, afraid to share something, but it's like something's being illuminated. Somebody's being enlightened to something and realizing there could be some sort of close of a cycle, or someone may be deciding to make some sort of a decision that's going to close a cycle with the Judgment card. That's Scorpio energy right here. Okay. With the Two of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. So someone is like weighing the options, weighing the decision. Remember I talked about the Justice card in the beginning during the pre-shuffle. I saw Justice. Justice, she's holding these, it looks like two lanterns, but they were balanced. Here it's like somebody is trying to decide what action to take, or decide how they're going to bring balance, how they're going to make things equal and fair. How can they juggle things? Especially if somebody is moving away or someone did something, because look at his damn face. That's the type of face that begs to be slapped. Look at that sly smile. Like someone may have pushed somebody away. So, after the Six of Swords is the Seven of Swords. So this could be the person that's later strategizing, like, yeah, you think you're going to get away from me? I got news for you. You're not going anywhere. Maybe somebody felt like, it's like, because see, I got the King and Queen of Pentacles here, and then you have the Devil card here. You see a feminine and a masculine energy in both of these cards. That was dust. That was not an orb. But you see here, there's a masculine and feminine energy here. So it's like, what is this? I feel like she's asking him, like, what's going on? What's this? And he's like, like stupid. Because you see, it's like I don't know if this person's playing dumb on purpose, but I don't know, like somebody's making some sort of decision. It's like, I don't know if somebody is waiting for some sort of offer and they have the handout waiting, and the person is acting like, like, oh yeah, I don't see that the person has a handout. It could be that type of energy, like someone's playing dumb. I think it could be the type of, this storyline could be somewhere where two people are like a perfect match for each other, but someone is not really seeing or not understanding the connection itself, right? But it's leading someone to make some sort of decision. And in this card, someone has their back, like they're going towards the sun. The sun indicates someone going towards the happiness, because the sun is the happy card. This isn't the sun tarot card, but there is a sun. The sun is prominent, so maybe somebody's like, you know what, I need to do what I feel is right for me. I tried to get close to this person. I tried to show this person I cared. I tried to be a comforter to this person, but what I want, I'm not getting, and it's like this person, I feel like it's like that type of thing. Like he doesn't or she doesn't, because it could be vice versa. Some feminine energies can be indecisive, just as indecisive about commitment as men are, as feminine and masculine energies. So people, like I say, are finicky, regardless of their gender. Sometimes people are not ready for commitment and other people are, right? But I feel like somebody is getting enlightened, and somebody made some sort of decision about wanting to move away, wanting to, bring balance and justice and fairness to themselves. And that may include moving away from a situation, especially if they spent time weighing the pros and cons. Like, is this a connection worth staying in? Is this a connection worth nurturing? Is this something that has longevity? Can it stand the test of time? Will I be at peace with whatever decision I make, especially if it's someone saying that they want to stay or if they go? When you're making a decision, Whichever choice you end up making, whatever decision you end up, or whatever thing you settle on, you have to kind of, when you understand this, you have to accept what the outcome may possibly be. you know there's always a risk with any decision that we make, because we never know what's on the other side of making that decision. So that could be where someone may have been a little bit stuck, maybe trying to, like, figure out exactly how they should proceed, if they should continue investing or should they just pull back. And it's seeming like somebody is deciding to move away. And it's looking like the feminine energy. And all the cards, you see, the feminine is the recipient. She receives. The masculine gives, the feminine receives. And it's 11-11, as I said that, right? So it seems like the feminine energy wanted something, but the masculine energy was not willing to give it. He seems to be focused more so on other things, but maybe not on her, The Queen of Pentacles is known as being the nurturing queen. The one that is reliable, who is grounded, who is a source of comfort, but she's also a businesswoman too. She has to make tough decisions sometimes. She has to decide whether she continues investing something or if she should cut her losses and invest elsewhere. The Queen of Pentacles also invests in herself, so it could be somebody is wanting to invest in something, but they're saying that they're better off investing on themselves, especially if they're deciding to move away from this connection, So we have a lot of earth sign energy here, but we do have the Judgment card, which is Scorpio energy. So it could be Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, or Scorpio involved in this situation. Okay. So we kind of narrowed that down. I want to know, what is it that the feminine energy wanted? So what I'm getting is like the feminine energy is the one that's seemingly taking a lot of action, and I'm going based on the cards. She's the one that seems to be asking for something or waiting for something to be given to her, handed to her. She's focusing. She may have been very dedicated in this connection. If it is a connection, it could be even work. It doesn't have to be a romantic connection, right? But seemingly someone's making some sort of final decision about moving away, cutting their losses and investing elsewhere. So I want to know, what is this? What was the Queen? I mean, why? Well, it may have been the Queen of Pentacles energy, It could just be somebody who's grounded, an earthy energy, a grounded energy, a solid, stable, reliable person. The type of person that you could, who you could count on. I would say it's a person you can count on. And like I said, it seems to be the feminine energy that seems to be taking more action than anything. She's there, she's dedicated, she's focused, she's putting care, attention to detail with whatever she's working on. The Judgment is seeming like a feminine energy is having to make some sort of final decision, right? And then the Two of Pentacles shows a feminine energy trying to decide and weigh the pros and cons about how to move forward, how to bring balance. And on the boat, you see a feminine energy turning her back. Feminine energy with her back going towards the sun, facing the sun. So I want to know, what was the feminine energy wanting? I think the feminine energy probably wanted something where there was definitely a lot of happiness, a lot of joy, abundance, family, possibly wanted to build a family with someone that she felt like she was connected to in a soul level, someone who was a soulmate, someone that she knew, she felt like she knew for a long time. She knew maybe even a long time in reality, like in a 3D, but it could have been like a past life type thing too, if you believe in that. And I could like to believe in that because I think it's cool. So it could be like someone that, she felt like was a soulmate, the person that she was supposed to be with, someone that she felt like she could have a family with. But that could be what she wanted. She was wanting that. She probably wanted the person to see the type of connection that they had. She probably saw that this was a soulmate connection and one where they could have a family, build a life together. be happy together. But it's like she's saying that she probably has to choose herself, choose to nurture and invest in herself, focus on her independence, her wealth, her abundance, because there may have been no efforts made to establish abundance or longevity together. Okay, I want to know, what decision does the feminine energy feel like she has to make? Ending something. She feels like she's going to have to end something with the Ten of Swords. And it might be painful, and it may not be painful for whoever she may be dealing with, but it could be a painful decision that she has to make. And I've mentioned this in a reading that I did a few months ago, where like when you decide to end a situation, end the connection, or end something, regardless if it has to be leaving a job, especially if you've invested some time and energy in it, and you thought there was a possibility of growth, that there were, partnership. I don't know, some of you wanted to become partner in a company too. Side note, some of you may work for some type of firm or company where you can become a partner. It could be something like that, but that wasn't being offered, maybe somebody may be playing dumb, like, oh yeah, I promised you that. I forgot, and you're like, wait a minute, you told me you were going to give me this, and you're like, oh, I don't think so. I think you misheard me. I think you misunderstood me. It could be something like that if it's not a love situation, right? But like I said, the Judgment card, what decision does the feminine energy have to make? And it's a painful decision, and like I said, if you've been in a job long enough and you've invested a lot of time somewhere, or a relationship where you invested time and energy, and having to make the decision to end a relationship or end your employment, that is a painful decision to make, especially if you were hoping that you would be offered something that may have been promised to you, or something that you really wanted. Okay, so I want to know, I was going to ask, what is the masculine energy thinking about this? What is the masculine energy feeling or thinking about this situation? What is the masculine energy thinking or feeling about this situation? I got the Knight of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, with the Wheel of Fortune. What I'm getting, and it's what I see, the Knight of Swords, I say all the knights are action knights, the action-oriented knights. But the Knight of Swords is considering what they should do. And like I said, this is a masculine energy on the motorbike, right? So I'm not answering any questions, okay? I'm doing well. Namaste, Aurejita, but I'm not answering questions. Read the pinned comment, please. There's no questions in this live stream. So, Eight of Pentacles. This person is like, with the Knight of Swords, is thinking, contemplating what they should do, what sort of actions they should do. Maybe take some sort of actions they should take. Maybe even considering their, you see the Eight of Pentacles, where they have placed their focus. Maybe they're being aware. They're becoming aware of where they've been placing their focus instead of on this connection. Maybe this person is being aware that maybe they have not, that they may have been, I want to say, selfish. And I say this because in the sense that that they may have been just thinking about themselves in that sense. And, so it's okay to think about yourself. There's nothing wrong about thinking about yourself. But if you're only focusing on yourself when there's somebody else being affected by this, then yeah, it is selfish, because you're not thinking about how your actions may be impacting another person. So now this person's realizing that there needs to be some sort of change, or that things are going to be changing, especially if someone's deciding to move away. Like I said, it could be work, it could be a love relationship. take it as it resonates. But someone is definitely knowing that things are going to change. If this person moves away, if this person decides to move away, if it's a work situation, then they're realizing how it's going to impact the office, the department, the company in some way. If they weren't offering this person something that they may have been promised, or something that the person believes that they've earned in some way. It could be that. Or this person could be thinking about how they can change the course. Like what can they do to prevent this person from leaving? Or how can they bring this person back? How can they have this person return? Because you see, somebody's moving away, but then it's like that face. It's like indicating like you think you're going to get away. You're not going anywhere. Like, I'm going to bring you back. So this person could be realizing that there's certain actions. They had to figure out some sort of strategy to continue to nurture something, even nurture the connection, nurture. I don't know how you could nurture in a work situation. How can they give this person what they want? I don't know if this person may be cooking up, trying to create something new, because if you look at all the sunflowers there, they're all the same. But then you see this one here, it looks totally different, and he's watering that one. Like it seems to be on its own pot. So maybe somebody's considering, okay, like, oh wow, this person's really leaving. I need to take some sort of action. I need to do something. So this, like, I'm thinking, this is like, I would say this may be like an Ace of Pentacles. This is different from the rest. So this person may be wanting to create something new for this person, or wanting to have a new beginning, stable beginning with somebody. So like if it's a work situation, this person may be thinking about creating a new position that will keep the person there, offer the person the promotion or title or raise that they want, because they're worth it. They're worthy. There's someone who is dedicated. Like I said, someone who has been dedicated, has taken the time, but seems to have been waiting for some sort of offer. If it's a job, it could be a job offer, a job promotion, a title change, a rate increase, anything. But this person may be considering, okay, how can I make this happen? And you see the Wheel of Fortune. How can I bring some sort of change? How can I get this person to turn around? Because remember, wheels turn. So this person may be wanting this person to, the feminine energy to return, but they know they had to take some sort of action. They had to make some sort of change that's gonna be worthy. Look at this. We got the Sun card, and I kept talking about the Sun because we have the Hug card here. They don't want somebody to move on and maybe to bigger and better things, like just towards the happiness, because. And didn't I say something about the Hierophant in the beginning of the reading? Look at that. The Hierophant showed up. And I was mentioning wish fulfillment, because I saw the Nine of Cups, the Judgment card. What else did I see? Justice. The Hierophant peeked through. And I'm trying to remember the other card. But yeah. It's coming full circle, like some sort of commitment, contract, or even commitment in relationship or marriage. Okay. Okay, will the feminine energy accept this? If they see the Sun in the bottom, it might make her happy, but let's see, will the feminine energy exit the situation? The Page of Cups came out in the reverse, but it's funny, the King of Cups came out upright. I feel like there may be some sort of negotiation, and that's just what came to my mind. Maybe there's some small offer being made, a small gesture. But there may be somebody saying, yeah, that's not big enough for me. That's what she said. I want something more. That's not enough for me. This thing you're trying to offer me, it's not enough. I need more. Because this is a page, young energy. She's like, yeah, you could be creating something new for me. You may be wanting to give me something new, but I want a big time offer. I don't want no little token of appreciation. You're awesome. I got you a shirt because you're awesome type of offer. This is like the big guns. So there may be some sort of, look at this. Yeah. There's going to be some sort of, I would say, because the Five of Swords came out in reverse. That has to do with conflict. Conflict. Swords are about communication and information. So the person's like, no, that's not good enough for me. You know, you're not giving me enough. You're not offering me enough. And that may be where there may maybe some sort of consensus needs to be made. There needs to be some sort of resolution. But I think the person not accepting the little offer and telling them the terms of their what they want with the, like saying that offer is too small with the Page of Cups. I'm rejecting that. I need something more substantial. If it's a job, I need you to man up, because remember, it's a feminine energy. I need you to man up. And with the Five of Swords being in the reverse, there's no argument. There's no fighting here, you know? So it's like there seems to be some sort of concession with the Five of Swords. Like the person's like, yeah, you know, you're right. That type of thing. Yeah, you're right. You know, maybe somebody could be admitting I wasn't offering you enough. No, but I'm ready to offer you more. Could be with a job or a love offer, right? So there seems to be some sort of concession. So what is going to be the outcome in this situation? What is the most likely outcome? The Nine of Wands came also as the Wounded Warrior. I'm not sure who the Wounded Warrior is. I don't know if it could be the feminine energy that's the Wounded Warrior, the one that kept. Seven of Pentacles came out. So Seven of Pentacles is like a moment of respite. It's in the sense that you're not taking any action. You're just looking and reviewing, evaluating something before you move forward. Because the Nine of Wands is almost at the Ten of Wands, right? So got the Hierophant card came out. So there's going to be some sort of commitment, but I want to know this. Yeah, there's going to be some sort of peaceful resolution, healing, oh my gosh, look at this. The Ace of Cups came out. That's too many cards. That's 6 cards. Yeah, I'm not taking all of them. I'm taking the Ace of Cups. So there definitely is going to be a new offer. And like I said earlier, I saw that Nine of Cups, and that has to do with wish fulfillment. So there may be something like whatever, like after a period of evaluation, taking the time to reflect on the offer, someone may be still taking time. Still taking time to reflect on it. I mean, eventually, I feel like the offer is going to be accepted. Like, so there may be an offer being given to a feminine energy where it reaches her standards, and they come to, like I said, some sort of concession agreement, and they move forward. But Ace of Cups indicating a new beginning. So this person, the feminine energy, may be feeling good about this offer and maybe accepting it. Yeah, I said accepting it, and look at that's collaboration. So there definitely is going to be a collaboration. There's definitely going to be teamwork. They're going to be working together. They're going to be working through the problem, working through the resolution, negotiating, continuing to make sure that they're all on the same page, you know? That they're on the same page. This is what I'm getting from this reading. Yeah, like overcoming any, look at this, the Sun card came out, overcoming any conflict, because we have the they're going to be talking. They may have a little bit of a heated discussion, but eventually there's going to be a positive resolution. Someone's going to be very happy in the end. Someone's going to be moving towards success, happiness, recognition, finally feeling like they're being recognized at this work, being recognized as either the soulmate, as the perfect match, or the perfect person to be in the company, partner, because I didn't mention partnership. That may not resonate with everybody, but it's like there's definitely gonna be some sort of negotiation. There may be heated discussions. But there's definitely going to be some sort of resolution that's going to lead to someone feeling happy, fulfilled, you know, and it's going to bring forth a new beginning. So it depends on the situation. Not everybody will resonate with this reading. So I hope that this message reaches whoever it's meant for. But ultimately, it looks positive just as long as everybody's being honest and forthright. And look at that. the nine of cups was under the page of wands. So I hope that reading was helpful for whoever it was meant for. So all in all, the sun came out in the end. So we had the sun twice. So this is like a positive reading. So there's going to be a positive outcome in that situation, you know. Look at that. The Two of Cups. The Two of Cups. And the Emperor too. Yeah, definitely some sort of level up. Maybe there was somebody wanted a leadership role. Somebody is, like I said, being recognized. And look at that, the Queen of Pentacles came out. Yeah, the Queen of Pentacles is going to get what she wants in the end. You know, it's just someone had to realize what they were losing in the end. Someone had to realize that what they were going to let go isn't something that can easily be replaced. Starting over would not be the easiest thing. And I mean starting over from scratch. Queen of Pentacles, yeah. The Queen of Pentacles may have felt like she was taking some sort of risk too with that. But it seems like everything's going to be going in her favor. That's what happens when you believe in yourself and you know your worth. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go. That reading I was trying to make it more career oriented, and but it came out like it could be like a love reading or a work reading. So it may resonate with people in different ways, in many different ways. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let's see what comes out. I have not that much time. I'm gonna try a different reading. I'm gonna do a timing oracle reading, and I'm gonna get one card, and then we're gonna clarify that. All right. So the timing oracle. What time-sensitive message does the collective need to know at this time? What time-sensitive message does the collective need to know at this time? And just so, if anybody's new here, just so you know, when I do answer questions, they're only yes or no questions. So if it's a yes or no question later on today, it's going to be upright yes, reverse no. I don't answer current feelings, next actions, future actions, anything like that. That's going to be a paid reading type of reading. So when I start offering that, I will let you know. But for now, this live stream, no questions. And all right, so let's see, what time-sensitive message does the collective need to know at this time? By the end of the week. Okay, there's going to be something happening by the end of the week. This reading is timeless, so it could be whenever you happen to come across this reading, you know? Something by the end of the week. I don't even know why I put that back. Because we're just doing one card. By the end of the week. So what is this by the end of the week? What can the collective... This may not resonate with everybody, so please take the messages as they resonate. And leave behind what doesn't. This reading may resonate with someone around you who may be in your energetic field, or this could be something that happened already or something that may be coming up. But there's something, like we got the timing card that says by the end of the week. Number 51 could be significant to you in some way. It could be an age, it could be a year someone was born. It could be a number in your phone number, your building number, it could be your apartment number, postcode number. I don't know if district number. 51, or you can reverse it to 15 as well. So let's see what's going on by the end of the week. Like I said, this message may not resonate with everybody. So by the end of the week, what is the message for the end of the week? What does the collective need to know that may be coming up by the end of the week? Can you get 3 cards, Spirit? 3 cards for by the end of the week. What does the collective need to know that may be happening by the end of this week? Or the week that they come across this live stream. I see people watch the live streams after they post. So I really appreciate those of you who do. So let's see what's coming up for the end of the week for the collective. I feel like Charles being a little bit finicky with me. I kind of want to go into the... But I want this to be general. By the end of the week, what does the collective need to know by the end of the week? What do they need to look out for by the end of the week? What is the time-sensitive message that the collective needs to know about the end of the week of whenever they come across this live stream or the replay? What's the message for the end of the week? What is the message for by the end of the week? Oh gosh, my ear is bothering me. Okay, some of you maybe have a King of Wands energy around you, or there could be a... Hello, Bristol Vapor, how are you? So some of you may have... It's long time, no see. Okay, so you have a King of Wands energy here. Fire sign energy, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy. Then we have the Five of Swords, which is indicating some sort of conflict, disagreement. But some of these cards came out in the reverse, but I'm just going to read it. There could be some sort of resolution with the conflict. Maybe, like I said, some sort of concession. Two of Pentacles. It came out in the reversed. But I'm going to read it upright because I can read it both ways. Somebody may be balancing, trying to balance life, balance finances, balance their energy. Just maybe there's a lot of responsibilities. Trying to make sure everything is copacetic. Maybe even prioritizing things that need priority. And maybe not focusing so much on the things that don't. But then the Queen of Cups is showing up. So this is a water sign energy. Scorpio, Pisces, and a Cancer. How come I want to say Aquarius? It might be because the Fool is here. So the Fool can be Aquarius or Aries energy. Okay. I don't know if there's some sort of, like, it could be two energies here. Where there could be a masculine energy, that may be a fire sign energy, or a feminine energy. Please take it as it resonates, you know, that may be involved in this situation. There may have been some sort of discussion, argument, disagreement that may have brought something out of balance between these two. This may, take it as it resonates for you. Because you might resonate with being the fire sign energy, but you could be a feminine or a water sign energy and be a masculine, you know. But we're just talking about the energy of the cups and wands. There's some sort of discussion, argument. Someone may have been feeling like they got the short end of the stick and that things weren't fair or balanced in the situation. But this is, hopefully it's not like somebody is either going to move away or wanting to have a new beginning. Maybe somebody's trying to be a bit sneaky or strategic because you do see a fox there. But, you know, for some reason, I'm thinking about, I remember they said foxes are monogamous creatures. I was reading that. I learned about that. So I wonder if somebody wanted monogamy, a monogamous relationship. Maybe somebody's walking away because they want a monogamous relationship. There may have been some sort of discussion where someone's deciding to go on their own. It kind of ties into the reading I did earlier. I kind of don't like that. And I don't, but this is by the end of the week. But it could be whenever you happen to come across this. Let me see. What is the Five of Swords? I want to know what the conflict or argument was about. Since these cards did come out in reverse, these two, I think some of you, I think somebody, like there definitely is going to be some sort of resolution, and somebody already has come to, they've already made a decision about something. But I want to know what the Five of Swords was. Was somebody being lazy? Lazy, complacent, focused, place their focus on other things, where somebody felt like there was some sort of imbalance. The Knight of Cups flipped. Fact that whatever the situation was, the Five of Swords in reverse, it's like the person took time. It's like they went back. Five of Swords going back to the Four of Swords is indicating some sort of regression. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Bristol. Oh. There's ways that you could protect yourself against that without you having to move, but that might be a little challenging. Okay, I have to end this reading soon. So it's seeming like with the Five of Swords and Two of Pentacles coming out in the reverse is indicating that like somebody has taken some time. They probably went back, because swords are about your thoughts, your ideas, and the way you communicate it. I think somebody with the Five of Swords being in reverse going to the Four of Swords, somebody went back and has reflected on something, reflected on how they were putting more focus and energy on something else, and maybe making someone feel a bit left out, or maybe they're realizing that they should have put more time and energy nurturing a connection, because I see but it doesn't have to be romantic, but I'm feeling like it is, you know, because I don't know, I thought about commitment. Oh, I'm talking about commitment. Okay. This is kind of like piggybacking on the reading I did earlier. It's the same energy. Somebody just like, it's more like it's being very focused. Like it's saying, like that was saying King of Wands and Queen of Cups. So fire sign energy with a fire cup. I mean, a fire cup. Fire sign with a water sign energy. Somebody realizing, reflecting that they should have nurtured, spent more time growing the connection with a water sign energy. See, the masculine is showing up as the Four Swords. So this is the masculine energy, maybe reflecting, going back in time. And you see the Cups energy is the feminine on both cards, the Queen of Cups and the Nine of Cups. There's a feminine energy. I feel like the feminine has the upper hand in this situation. It's the masculine energy that's like, that might be screwing things up. But it's saying that they need to collaborate, that they need to work together in this, with this. Hi, Connie, I hope you're doing well. Okay. But what is this Fool? Why is the Fool here? Because I mentioned like somebody may be deciding, wanting to like start a new journey. But I know the fox is there, and the fox are known as being monogamous creatures. So I don't know if this has to do with some sort of commitment or monogamy. Maybe somebody wasn't being monogamous. Maybe thought monogamy was overrated. But then they're like, okay, well, I just turned somebody off. Maybe somebody's reflecting, looking back, evaluating with the Seven of Pentacles, this is kind of like a piggybacking, like yeah, reflecting on what is going on. Is this something to continue working towards? Could Ten of Pentacles be an is it viable in whatever you've already invested in? I mean, you're like 3 pentacles away and you kind of have that there, and it's looking like, yes, it's viable. See, you have the 3 and the 7 showing up, which equals 10. So someone, I feel like someone's going to get what they want. They're going to get, like, earlier I said somebody may have wanted a family. You see that here in the background of the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, I think for some of you, whoever this resonates with, regardless of your sign, somebody loving and caring, and then somebody who's very passionate and energetic and vibrant and just like magnetic, maybe coming together, maybe finally committing, working together, collaborating. So sort of wish fulfillment. Maybe somebody's realizing that someone is their wish fulfillment. It could be vice versa. The Queen of Cups could be seeing the King of Wands as her wish fulfillment, or he sees the Queen of Cups as the. But yeah, somebody knows that they can't hold back anymore. Definitely knowing that in order for there to be a 10 of Pentacles in this situation, you cannot hold back. You have to go full throttle. You have to invest. Focus. I don't know, this person may be coming with their 4 Pentacles, with their sunflowers, maybe bringing somebody flowers and letting them know that they do see a future with someone. They do see growing, having a family, building a stable home together, creating a legacy together. Definitely loyalty there. I feel like there's loyalty in this connection, regardless. If the person was non-committal, there is definitely loyalty here. Fox, I know foxes always get the negative, but they're monogamous. They're monogamous creatures. And then you see the dog here. I don't know if dogs are monogamous, but the loyalty, it represents loyalty. Dogs for me represent loyalty. Yeah, I feel like and maybe like we have the King of Wands here, so I don't know. Typically the King of Wands is Leo energy, but it could be fire sign energy. That could be a Sagittarius involved, or it could just simply be like there's some sort of resolution. Maybe somebody's coming to terms, understanding that, there's certain things that need to be done within in order to really have this 10 of Pentacles, and somebody may be realizing they need to do some internal work, in order to give somebody something that they may want. And this could be something that the person wants themselves. It's just a matter of having that, like maybe having some things inside internally that may be blockages that need to be healed, something that needs to be reconciled, or like integration in some way, if the person needs to be integrate. Okay, let's see if we got like, who will this reading resonate with? Who will this reading resonate with? Hi, good luck. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you're doing well. So this is by the end of the week. Some of you, if you were in some sort of connection by the end of the week, there may be somebody letting you know something. Who will this reading resonate with? Who will this reading resonate with? Okay, this reading may resonate with somebody that either you've already walked away from a situation and now somebody's getting a different perspective. It could be that. It could be Pisces energy. Pisces. 8 of Cups is Pisces. Yeah, Pisces energy. Definitely. So some of you may have Pisces in your chart. Some of you may have ended a connection or moved away from a connection. Maybe even got no contact with somebody during Pisces season, which would be February to March. So February, March may be significant months for you. But the signs I see is Pisces, Aries, Aquarius, possibly fire sign energy, water sign energy. Yeah. So definitely strong water and fire. And I'm going by the court cards. King of Wands, fire. Queen of Cups, water. Hanged Man is Pisces, water sign, right? The Fool, it could be seen as Aries, fire sign, or Aquarius, air sign. but it's not so much air. The only air I see is the swords with the 4 and the 5 of swords. So I don't think it's more so thought process than anything. But the signs may not resonate. Those could be seasons too. Those could be seasons in which something may have happened. But it's looking like some of you, by the end of the week, some of you are going to get something you want. And this kind of ties into the reading I did earlier about some sort of commitment. So, yeah, some of you may be hearing something by the end of this week. Whenever you happen to come across this live stream, because, you know, people may watch it after it posts. After, you know, when the replay posts. Yeah, so thank you so much for joining me. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. I'll be coming on later today and I'll be answering yes or no questions for a portion of the reading later today. So you have to be subscribed to my channel. So if you want to, be subscribed now, because I'm going to put a 20-minute subscriber mode. So you cannot put anything in the chat until after 20 minutes of subscribing to my channel. So if you would like a yes or no question answered, I suggest you do that. Just so you know, I don't answer legal, medical, or questions about tests. You know, like, am I going to pass my test? Am I going to get good score? I don't want to hear about that, you know. If you're asking about that, you're too young to be on my channel. You know, I know adults take tests, but still, I don't want to answer those types of questions. If you're studying and you're doing what you have to do, then you should know if you're going to pass. Okay? Not a tarot card. You know, you need to do what you have to do. Okay? So I thank you so much for joining and possibly subscribing. If you want a yes or no question, I suggest you do that now so that you can just easily put your question in the chat instead of waiting 20 minutes. All right, so I hope to see you later today. Thank you so much. And if I don't see you later today, I'll see you in the next one. And I hope you have a great rest of your day wherever you are. Bye, everyone.